Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to Haggard Hill. Got one more installment of that bonus room build out project today. I'm going to take this sheet of plywood and make some built-in shelves for the missus. So stick around and see how we do it. So I picked up this sheet of plywood at Menards today. I'm going to build a shelf box out of it, and I'm going to stick it back in between the trusses in the knee walls of that bonus room. Mrs. decided she wants some shelves to put games and books and different things like that in. So watch along as we work on this project today. So I've determined the easiest way to build this out is to go ahead, rather than build shelves inside the knee walls themselves, I'm going to build a box that's going to hold the shelves in there. It's going to be 40 by 24. It's going to be 40 inches tall, 24 inches wide. So rather than trying to build them inside the knee walls, I'm going to build the box and then install it in the knee wall. So we'll start by cutting a couple pieces. That's 40 inches by 24. We'll have a little waste. We'll cut that off, but we'll never throw that away because, never throw anything away. Might need it one of these days. So there's a 24-inch piece. We'll go ahead and we'll cut that one off, and then we'll cut another 24, and then I'll show you what else we're going to do. Let me get my saw and everything set up. I don't have a panel saw or a track saw, so the best thing I can do is just clamp a nice straight edge on there so I get a nice straight cut. This is a piece of cedar that I milled on my sawmill here a while back, but it's nice and straight because I've ran it through my table saw. So let's give this a cut. Be sure you start with a good fresh batter. We got one cut. We'll get the sawdust knocked off of that, and we'll have to hit the edge with the sander a little bit to get that rough stuff off, and we'll use it as a pattern for the next one. This isn't fine cabinetry that we're building, but hey, I want it to look pretty good. When I set this back into the wall, I'll make some shelf boards to go in it, and then of course it'll be trimmed around on the outside. In case you didn't know it or hadn't figured it out yet, a tractor with a set of forks makes an expensive sawhorse, but it does work pretty good. Alright, we're going to lay this one up there. Going to clamp it down so our two side pieces will be exactly alike. This will be the right and left side of the shelf. Then I'll need to cut a top and a bottom and a back. I drew this out on a piece of paper the other day, and each shelf is going to take one sheet of plywood, have a little bit left over that we can use as part on the next one that we do. This stuff's expensive. This is like $35 a sheet. I think I'm going to make about 10 shelves. I'll have a lot of money invested in shelves by the time I'm done. Maybe I ought to invest in a track saw. Alright, here we go. Alright, that's number 2. Now we'll cut the top, the bottom, and the back. If I did my math right, the top, the bottom, and the back should be 13 1/4. Should be. If not, it's gonna be. Got my line off there just a little bit, but we'll straighten it up. How you like that? Tell me that never happens to you all. All right, we'll cut 2 more of them off camera. Then I'll come back and show you what I got. I have the 2 sides cut. I've got the back and then the bottom and the top. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a row of holes here, put adjustable shelf pins in it. 24 inches. I think I'm going to go 4 inches in from each side. And that's where I'm going to start my row. I've got both sides clamped together. I'm going to drill a hole through both of them at the same time. That way it'll give me, I'll be exact. Bought this thing at Harbor Freight the other day. Should make things a little bit easier trying to line up. Sorry I didn't get that on camera drilling the holes, but you all know what drilling holes look like. I took a sander, sanded off my pencil marks. Now we'll get out a nailer. We'll tack this together. We'll carry it over to the bonus room and see if she's going to fit. All right, we're going to put a little glue on the bottom and top edge. I'm going to go about this a little bit different way. That way I can nail it easy enough. That glue will help it. The nails is really what's holding it, but the glue will help it. Good. Didn't shoot a nail through the inside. That's always a plus. Alright, so as you can see, the basic shape is starting to take form now. We'll put some glue around this edge, and then we'll lay a side on there. This corner tacked in first. Right. That's tacked enough. We'll turn it over. We'll do the other side. Well, here's the finished product, so to speak. We'll carry it over to the bonus room and slide it in between the rafters and see how she fits. Here's the concept. It's going to slide right in this knee wall, just like this, about 6 or 7 inches above the floor. Then I'll screw it into the uprights of the truss or the knee wall, and then I'll put shelves in it or leave some open. As I said before, whenever I built my staircase, we're going to turn this bonus room into a game room. So this is the idea, but it won't go there. I'm actually going to put them right here on this wall. The first 3 sections on this side, directly behind you, I'll do 3 more matching, and then down on the other end, I'll do 3 and 3 on each side. Now what I'm going to have to do is come in here now and cut out these temporary braces. These were put up when I originally set the trusses, just to hold the trusses up. There's really no need for them now, so whenever I cut them out, it won't make any difference. I'm going to go ahead and just cut out the spaces I need. I'm going to leave the rest of them there just because there's no need to take them out. Well, there you have it. That's kind of the concept. Whenever I install them in here, I'm not going to put them flush with the 2x4 because I'm actually putting some 3/4 tongue and groove on the walls. I'm going to have the outside edge of the shelf flush with the tongue and groove, so this will go back about another 1/4 of an inch. And then just a little bit of wiggle room space, that way I can shim them in so I can get them good and level. I think that'll work out just fine. I made a little progress since y'all were here last. I wired up my light switches up here. All of my plug-ins are wired in. I did install 2 3-way switches for 2 of my lights up here, and then a single switch for my light in the middle. I made a little progress since you were last here. Well, thanks for stopping by with another project here on Haggett Hill. I only have 11 more of these to make. Why don't you come along and help me out with those? I have several more projects to get done before I actually start working on these shelves. This is just a prototype to make sure the proof of concept would work. My next project is I'm going to sand down these walls, get them good and smooth. Then I have to caulk up all my joints. So thanks for stopping by and helping me out with this project here on Haggett Hill. If you like my content, please like and subscribe. It helps my channel grow. And as always, God bless to you and your family.